Swaddy Cab, Jed here from Retiring Disgracefully. Just doing a quick update here on my channel. Unfortunately, still having many problems. As I told you before, I've got a problem with Wondershare Filmora. And look, they're a great company. I loved using their software. They're great for editing, but unfortunately not so good on when you have a problem. I contacted them 2 weeks ago with the problem I'm having. I don't understand it. It's something about CPU, which it's all out of sync. I can't, when I put the video on there, the voice is not in sync with the video, and other problems as well. So I contacted them 2 weeks ago, but I keep getting the standard letter back, or the standard message back, saying that, oh, it's being looked into. But I think after 2 weeks of unable to do my YouTube, they should have fixed it by now, but unfortunately they haven't. So I've sent it to the man in Bangkok, and what they're going to do is do a factory reset and take everything off, which is going to be a big pain if they have to do that, and reset it to how it was when I first bought it. And I hope he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't want to do that either, so we're going to give it a few more days for Filmora. Hopefully they'll come to the party and fix the problem for me before that. They say it never rains but it pours. You know, one problem comes along and then another one quickly follows. And that's what's happened with me as well. I might have to go back to Australia soon. I'm having a problem with my pension. In their wisdom, Centrelink in Australia, which is the government department that handles your pension payments, I've decided that I'm no longer a resident of Australia, and they've reduced my pension by 1/3, which is, I can't live on it, to be honest. I have to dig into my investments every month until I can get this sorted. I've tried to sort it the normal way, but when you're nearly 8,000 kilometres away, it's very hard to do. I can't just nip down my local Centrelink office and fill in the forms and try and sort it out. So I have to give it another week, and if it's still the same, if they're saying that I've lost 1/3 of my pension, then I'm going to have to go back to Australia to sort it. And it's crazy, it really is. You work hard all your life. I've worked in Australia most of my life, and my working life, and I paid a lot in taxes. I worked in the offshore, and I was paying sometimes 50–60% of my wage was going to in tax, which is a lot of money to give to the government. And you do that because you know you're going to get it back when you retire, or you think you're going to get it back when you retire. Yeah, it is. It's heartbreaking for me, because I've done the right thing. I've always paid my taxes. I've brought my family up in Australia. I've done the right thing. Never had a criminal record. Never done anything wrong. But now, when I retire and I just want to live a peaceful life, they're making it hard for me. And I always wonder what happens with all these taxes you pay for when you retire. And okay, maybe I'll live to be 100. Maybe I'll live to be 75. I don't know. But what happens to the money of all them people who've paid all that tax, who die when they're 65? Or die, they've been paying it up to when they're 50. They've been paying taxes for when they retire, and they die at 50. Whatever happens to all that money? You know, they always take it off you when there's this thing they can do it to try and save money. But you've earned that money. It's not their money. It's my money. I paid for that. I paid taxes for when I retire. Like here in Thailand, they don't do that. You don't pay taxes for when you retire. So you don't expect a pension. But I do. I expect a pension every fortnight, because it's not their money. It's my money. I gave it to them to keep for me until I retired. Unfortunately, governments don't look at it that way. They don't mind giving the money to, you know, sort of migrants who come in the country, and single mothers who have 5 children to 5 different fathers, and they don't mind giving it to long-term unemployed who have no intentions of getting jobs. I fully agree with the unemployment benefits. Yeah, if you can't work, you should get money. there's lots of people who abuse the system and never work, but are going to get a fortnightly cheque going in their bank 26 times a year. So it's really upsetting for me. I've done the right thing all my life, paying my dues. The reason they've said, and it's a crazy reason, is that they don't consider me a resident of Australia because I've lived in Thailand for a few years. I tried to tell them that, look, COVID's been here, I want to come back sometimes to see my family, but it's been hard. The government telling us not to travel for 2 years, and now they're saying I should have gone back in the last 2 years. And you know, you do what you're told. You know, I didn't want to travel when I haven't been anywhere. I haven't left Thailand, where I travelled a lot prior to COVID, all around Southeast Asia, all around the world. And I intended, when I retired here, to go back at least every year to 18 months. I have children and grandchildren. But unfortunately, COVID came, and government said stay at home. I did what they said, and now I'm being penalised. They're saying that I'm not a resident of Australia. I'm now living in Thailand. I have a house in Australia. I have 4 children. I have 5 grandchildren. I have an ex-wife. It's my home. Yes, I live in Thailand. I came here because my pension wasn't enough to live a decent life in Australia. When my marriage collapsed, all my children are grown up anyway, they don't rely on me anymore. I thought, okay, well, look after yourself, Jed. Go and find a new life for yourself somewhere, and that's what I've done. But I shouldn't be penalised. In fact, it's better for Australia. I'm not taking money out of Australia. I'm not going to the doctors and as a pensioner and not having to pay. If I go in hospital, I go here, I have to pay. If that was Australia, it'd be free. So I'm not taking anything from Australia, taking nothing apart from my fortnightly pension. And I earned that. That's not their money, it's my money. So sorry about that whinge, but I'm just letting you know so that you understand. Maybe I might have to go back to Oz, which is obviously going to then impact on this channel on Thailand. If I have to go back to Oz, I'll do a video on that, so that you can see the trials and tribulations of Jed trying to get his pension back. So if that's the case, as long as everything's fixed up with Filmora, I'll do a video from Australia. It's something I might not have to do. It's still another week for them to decide, but from what I spoke to the lady on the phone the other day, it's not looking good. So perhaps I'm gonna have to go back to Australia. Okay, that's the whinge for the day. Sorry about that. Stay tuned. I'm hoping to be up and running soon as Filmora get their finger out and this whiz in Bangkok can fix my computer for me. In the meantime, I'm doing these little ones on the phone, but it's not easy on the phone, not for me anyway. I'm not very good with technology, so I'll try and get this up and running on my YouTube channel, and look out for the next one. Don't know where it'll be from. Could be here in YN, or it could be the Gold Coast in Australia. Let's wait and see.